Podcast, our favorite nostalgia podcast where we talk about the memories that shaped us, the lessons we've learned, and the people we've become. I'm listener Aprilia.
And I'm Isyara Manavayasari. Thank you for watching our podcast. Today's topic is one that I think we can all relate to when I was a kid. We're going to remind and talk about how things were in the past compared to how we see the world now.
Yeah, it's funny how our perspective changes over time. I mean, when I was younger, everything seems so much bigger. I remember going to my grandma's house and it felt like a big mansion. But now when I go back, it's like, wow, it's just a small house.
Wow. I know what you mean. For me, the park near my house has always been my favorite place. It was like a big, endless playground. I spent hours there, climbing trees and riding my bike. But when I went back there as an adult, it was so small. I think it's very strange how our sense of scale changed as we grow.
That's true, and not just the size of things, but also how we feel this thing. Like, remember when we used to think 19 years old was so much fun, right?
Yes, I think at 19 years old, people are more free to do and choose whatever they want. Now that I 19 years old, I realize that it's not as easy as we think.
Exactly, like when we were young, you think there is a magical age where everything is just as it should be. But in reality, adulthood is just about constantly learning and adapting.
Speaking of which, when I was younger, I used to think adult and had all the answer. I asked my parents and my whatever they said. I just believed them. Now I realize they were probably just making it up.
I remember asking my dad if it was true that if we lost a tooth and put it under the pillow the next day, it would turn into money, and he just said yes. Now I look back and I'm like, wow, they were just trying to keep simple things for us.
Right, and let's not start talking about our career dreams when we were young. What did you want to be when you were a kid?
I used to want to be a food vendor so that I could eat what I sold, and now my dreams has changed to become a lecturer because I want to be a person who benefits others.
I like that. I used to want to be a hospital nurse because I once participated in a school carnival and got to be a nurse, but now I no longer want to be a nurse because I have seen a horror movie. But you know what horror movie? The ghost is Suster Ngesot.
Well, we all have big dreams, but I think that's the beauty of being a kid. You dream without limits, and the world feels full of possibilities.
Of course, but as we get older, we also learn to appreciate the more realistic path we take. Like, sure, I didn't become a nurse, but the thing I did were pretty cool too. Life has a way of surprising you.
Yeah, that's a good point. The things we accomplish may not look like our dreams, but sometimes the results are even better. As the old saying goes, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans.
So true. And honestly, I think that's one of the best part of getting older. You realize that it's okay to change your mind and you start focusing on what makes you happy in the moment, not just what you think you should be doing.
Exactly, and you know what else? I feel like when you are and we are kids, we are always in a hurry to grow up, right? But now I kind of miss the simpler times, like no bills, no responsibilities, just playing outside and imagining what the future would be like.
Yeah, there's definitely something to be said about those carefree times in life. However, I think part of the joy of growing up is realizing that you can still maintain the sense of wonder and excitement just in a different way.
Absolutely right. So, what would you say to your child self if you could go back in that time?
That's a good question. I will probably tell myself to worry less about fitting in and focus more on being myself. When I was younger, I spent too much time trying to be like everyone else. Now I know that it's much better to accept myself.
I like that. I think I would to tell myself to slow down and enjoy the ride. Everything felt so urgent back then, like I had to accomplish all my goals now. However, life is a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly, we have come a long way from the younger version of ourselves, but there's still a lot to learn, and that's pretty exciting, isn't it?
Of course, growing up doesn't mean we stop dreaming. It just means we dream in a different way, and maybe that's for better.
Totally agree.
Well, that's all our podcast today. We hope you enjoy reminiscing about our youth with us, and thank you for watching. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.